Welcome, everyone, and thank you for joining us today. We'd like to steal about 20 minutes of your lunch to tell you about an FHWA initiative they're calling Build a Better Mousetrap. It's a program specifically designed to showcase the richness of local innovation. Before we do, let me introduce myself. My name's Scott Jakovich. I'm with the California LTAP. We're housed at Cal State University Long Beach, but you can reach us on the web from www.caltap.org. Our role is to serve local and tribal road agencies, the types of training and technical support, and push out the industry updates we think they would be most effective for them to maintain their local road systems. Today, I'm lucky to be joined by our most key ally in the delivery of local technical assistance services, Daniel Burke. Daniel, you want to jump in?
Certainly. Thank you so much, Scott, and so appreciative of the compliments today. So my name is Daniel Burke. I'm with the Caltrans Division of Local Assistance, along with Scott, who represents California's Local Technical Assistance Program Center. I also help to administer the Local Technical Assistance Program along with Cal State Long Beach. My email address is up on the screen for you there, daniel.burke@dot.ca.gov. And if you have not subscribed to our wonderful newsletters from the Local Assistance blog, please do so. We submit policy updates, free trainings, and just general news that you probably want to be aware of if you are in the transportation industry. And we send that out once a week. And so today we're here to help you answer how can we rather help you be a part of the Build a Better Mousetrap competition 2025, which is the local innovation competition. Go ahead, Scott.
So maybe part of or a good place to start is, what do we define as innovation? There's some bullets here and some useful information. You know, it's helpful to work for a company that has or an agency that establishes a culture of innovation, encourages innovation on the job, looks for the successes of those to be able to inform stakeholders in the community on what's going on and how effective they are. But maybe most relevant is how FHWA defines it. Any locally relevant solution to an everyday challenge that local and tribal transportation professionals encounter on local roads, including the development of new project delivery or design processes, the invention of new tools, equipment, or modifications that increase efficiency, enhance safety, reduce cost, and/or improve the quality of transportation on local roads. That's kind of the bounds of this campaign and this program, Build a Better Mousetrap. This is a program that FHWA has been running for quite a few years. We've just introduced it in California in 2021. The approach is to, from Federal Highways advocacy for local agencies across the nation is to support them in the same ways that state DOTs are being supported at the federal level. State DOTs are responsible for state highway systems. The local agencies are responsible for maintaining local road systems. And so Federal Highway makes sure that every year there's funding and there's processes and systems like the LTAPs to support those maintenance efforts at the local level through training and sharing of best practices, which is basically what Build a Better Mousetrap is. It's an incentive and an encouragement to share best practices that you may have designed or developed at your agency with other agencies across the nation so that they can be as equally effective and not have to reinvent the wheel each time. It's naturally focused on local road solutions. It's because it's under FHWA, but the competition is open to any government agency. Applications are submitted through each state LTAP, and so that's why we're hosting this today. CALTAP is the focal point for applications in California. And there's lots on Build a Better Mousetrap at the FHWA link that you can check on below, and I'll make sure that we hand out a copy of this presentation once we're done. What's in it for you, right? That's kind of, at the end of the day, why bother? Every application will see national recognition. FHWA is great about publishing both on their website and through an annual booklet every application they receive and doing a good job of showcasing what that's about. Similarly, CALTAP at caltap.org and the Caltrans DLA blog will also be showcasing those applications. So you get good statewide coverage, you get good national coverage. It benefits everybody, particularly in getting the word out about what you've done and how other agencies can benefit from the work that you've come up with. To sweeten that a little bit, we're looking to help, we can help get you into one local training that we support at no charge. There's various trainings that happen around the year that are very difficult to get into or tend to be kind of costly. So check in with us. We can help make that happen. And at the end of the day, if you're a winner, what is national recognition sort of boosts up to national fame. You'll be inundated with an opportunity to present your story across multiple nationwide events that are held throughout the year. And most importantly, we will come out to your office to celebrate, bring with us an award and a publicity team to document the whole thing. So pretty cool. And nicely, in 2023, that's exactly what we did. We went out to see the city of Walnut Creek for their their Pioneer Award-winning solution, which was safe sightings of signs and signals, what amounted to a dash-mounted cell phone camera that they would drive around the intersections of their city during the day to capture live video of traffic signals, the approach to traffic signals, so that they could do the regular maintenance of making sure that all traffic signal sight distances are clear, which is something that usually took them weeks. Now, by capturing the video and using some post-processing on a laptop, which involved connecting it to GIS for distances and a little bit of software to determine where they are, the whole process was done in a day. So uh, FHWA was super excited to hear about this. They were our 2023 winner. 2024, the city of Moreno Valley won. And this is across all 51 different entities submitting applications nationally. So it was great to see California win 2 years in a row. Moreno Valley won for Slow and Safe Save a Life, which is their re-envisioning of the residential speed bump, which was kind of a cool design that maximally impeded residential traffic while providing no impediment to emergency vehicles. They can drive right between those two flat spots on the speed bump without having to slow down, which was a great win for their fire and medical departments. And just the fact that Moreno Valley won this national recognition green-lighted 40 deployments across the city, which was something that they weren't sure stakeholders were going to be interested in. So lots of potential value for being involved in the program. So what does it take to win in 2025? It's pretty simple, and we're going to take a little time to walk you through this. You can apply online. Daniel's on hand to take us through that process. Let's make sure that you get that done by May 30th so that we can send your application over to FHWA before their June deadline. And then once we hear the winners announced on July 24th, we'll share that with you. Hopefully, everybody having some success, our trifecta in California for the third time in a row. Daniel, you want to talk about how to get there?
Oh, I'd love to. The first step is to visit the Build a Better Mousetrap website through Bright Idea, caltransbrightidea.com. If you're tech savvy, you can go ahead and use your smartphone and capture the QR code in the bottom right-hand corner of this PowerPoint slide. Or if you're old school like me, you can just copy and paste the website that will eventually post into the chat in just a few minutes here. So you're going to go ahead and register, create an account and log in, and press Submit an Innovation. And the button there that's circled. And so submitting your entry So what we really want to do is we want to make sure that your entry is as marketable and fascinating as possible. You could be like our friend here, Homer Simpson, and submit an electric powered hammer. Although you might want to title it something a little more snazzier than electric powered hammer. I mean, it does the job, it is recognizable as to what it does. As with all the descriptions and fields that you have to fill out here, just make sure to keep it brief and businesslike. So briefly describe what your product is and does. Of course, fill in the normal items to identify you. We'll want to use that in case we need to get in contact with you about anything that's unclear in the application. We're also going to help out and make your application as marketable and catchy as we can so that it has the best success to move forward. And go ahead to the next slide, please. So make sure you upload a representative thumbnail image for your idea or concept. We have a saying here at Caltrans, engineers are visual people. They love it. So make sure that it's catchy. As FHWA, the Federal Highway Administration, are also very visual people, and there's no better way to show your product than to have a nice little thumbnail or picture of it. The next step is to select an innovation category. There's 4 innovation categories, and don't stress too much over this. Scott and myself will help you out and make sure it's marketed in the proper category and gives you the best opportunity to move on. The 4 categories are Innovative Project, Bold Steps Award, Smart Transformation. That's, of course, the acronym SMART. Oh my gosh, it's been beaten into my brain so much from working here. Specific, measurable, attainable, reliable, and time bound. So they want to make sure there's an efficiency involved with this category for smart transformation, and pioneer. Pioneer being the first agency or firm to develop such a product. Next, you're going to briefly describe the problem you set out to solve. Why is this an innovation? Why are other local public agencies or tribes going to have the same concern? If we can briefly describe that, that's what we really want to see in there. Is it going to present a safety remedy? Is it going to help provide efficiencies and reduce delays? That's really what we want FHW to catch and go, hey, this is a great idea. Next slide, please, Scott. So we have a little more detail coming up here. Describe how you developed, built, and implemented your solution. Describe what it took, the plans, parts, labor, anything else that went into the product, think tanks, to make this solution a reality. And what was the cost of the implementation? We want to make sure that the cost is feasible and can be implemented by other agencies and tribes as well. It can be duplicated, and they can have the same success or use your product. And describe the resulting benefit or impact. What kind of productivity, efficiencies, how was safety improved? Were there cost savings involved? And again, I've already stressed visual. So if you have a useful attachment, such as some nice pictures, go ahead and attach those, or a descriptive video. Next slide, please, Scott.
And Daniel, if I can just add,
Sure.
this might seem kind of arduous, but what you can see is FHWA is kind of laying out a system where you can tell your narrative in a way that they can patch it together and tell the whole story to the nation. So like Daniel says, it doesn't have to be a lot of content, but they just want to make sure that they touch on these areas, the who, what, when, where, and why, so that they can then turn around and share your story.
Hey, and last of all, make sure you save before you exit. So you're going to receive an email confirmation in your inbox. And Scott and myself, and perhaps a couple of others, may review the application to see if we can either improve upon it or if we have any questions. And Scott had mentioned we're going to go ahead and forward the application. We forward all of them that are complete up to the Federal Highway Administration, and the winners will be announced in July. So 14 steps sounds like quite a bit, right? If you have a question on innovation, you can email myself or Scott. We left our email addresses here in the chat box. Or if you need them once again, scott.jakovich@csulb.edu, daniel.burke@dot.ca.gov. We'll have that on the next slide as well. And more importantly, if you need help with your application, or maybe you just prefer us to fill it out, we're free. Send us an email. Let us know if we can help you develop the application online with you at the same time. So that way it might be even easier for you, but make sure you do have the thumbnail picture and also any visuals, such as a couple of high-res pictures showing what your solution is or innovation, and a short video. So what do you say? Can we earn that trifecta for California, win in 2025 and make it 3 in a row, and have our California name stamped up on Mount Rushmore of Build a Better Mousetrap? I think we can. Last slide, please, Scott. So again, here is our contact information. Please feel free to reach out to us, and we hope to check back in with you if we have not heard back, and we hope that you're able to submit or know somebody who's interested in submitting. So thank you so much, and we're going to open up for any questions or anything we can help you out with in this process.